We'll start off in a comfortable position. You can become seated or lying down. We'll start off with a body scan to get grounded into our bodies this morning. It's cold and snowy, and there's probably nowhere for you to go today. We'll take things a little slower. Once you get settled in, begin to relax. Draw length through your spine, whether you're seated or lying down, and find a gentle gaze or close your eyes. And slowly bring your awareness to your breath, not changing anything, just noticing the sensations as you inhale and exhale. On your next breath in, take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, sigh out your mouth. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Take your deepest breath in yet. Exhale, let it go. I invite you to continue to breathe deeply throughout today's practice. If your attention falls away from your breath, don't worry, it'll always be there for you to come back to. Slowly begin to draw the awareness to the top of your head, noticing any sensations here, not labeling anything. Just let the feelings be as they are. And slowly draw your awareness down to your forehead. Notice your temples, your eyebrows. Feel the weight of your eyelids on your eyes. Feel the air as you inhale through your nostrils. Relax your jaw as you exhale. Draw your awareness down to your neck and throat. And slowly draw your awareness down to your shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, fingertips. And draw your awareness back up from your fingertips, through each knuckle, the backs of your hands, your wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, drawing your awareness back up to your shoulders. Bring your awareness down to your heart center, your upper back. Take a few rounds of breath in and out here. And slowly draw your awareness down your side bodies to your hips, your thighs. Notice your kneecaps, the backs of your knees. Draw your awareness down to your shins and calves, down to your ankles, your heels, the soles of your feet, bringing your awareness to your toes. Begin to draw your awareness back up to the arches of your feet, to your heels, to your ankle, coming up to your shins and calves. Notice your kneecaps, and the backs of your knees, your thighs, your hips, bringing your awareness back up to your belly, your lower back. Take a breath in here, feeling your belly expand. Exhale, feel your belly contract. Continue to breathe. And slowly draw your awareness back up, sides of your body, to your heart center. Bring your awareness up back to your shoulders, your neck, throat. Peel your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Gently curl the corners of your lips upwards. Feel the air as you breathe in. Notice your eyes, your eyebrows, your temples, your forehead. And draw your awareness back up to the top of your head, your crown. Notice if any sensations have changed here. And slowly draw your awareness into your entire body. Notice any sensations in your hands and feet. Begin to wiggle your toes, fingers. And roll out your wrists and ankles. If you hear any popping, it's just your body readjusting. And on an inhale, lift your arms overhead for a full body stretch. Exhale, place your hands by your side. Continue to breathe. If you're not on your back, find your way there. Bring your soles of your feet to the floor, knees bent. You can have your hands wide, maybe cactus them, or perhaps find a gentle resting place for your hands on your belly or heart. So breathe here for a moment, feeling the support of the floor underneath you. And we'll start to find some windshield wipers from side to side, dropping your knees to one side as you exhale. Inhale, bring your knees back up to center. Exhale, drop your knees to the opposite side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, drop. Continue this motion, finding your pace with your breath. Remember, my voice is just a guide. You never have to try to match the exact same movement or breath that I'm doing. This is your own practice. Your body is a much better teacher than anyone else could ever be. The next time your knees fall over to the left, let them stay there. Continue to breathe. You should feel an expansion in the left, right side of your body. We'll hold here for about another 5 rounds of breath. If you ever feel any pain during a pose, please back off and find something more suitable for you. If it's just seated or lying down. If you feel just a slight discomfort, you see if you can sit with that discomfort and see if the sensation changes into something else. And slowly lift your knees back to center. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let your knees fall to the opposite side. Continue to breathe here. Your knees might not fall as far on one side or the other. That's perfectly normal. Just focus on finding the same sensation in your stretch that you found on the opposite side. We'll hold here for about another 5 rounds of breath. And slowly lift your knees back to center. And find a few more windshield wipers from side to side. And when you feel evened out, we'll move into a reclined butterfly or Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall out wide. You can adjust the sensation of this stretch by adjusting how far or how close your feet are to your body. Play around. See what feels best for you this morning. If you have blocks or props of any sort, you can use them under your thighs or knees for more support. Or just let your knees fall open, letting the weight of gravity do the work, and find a comfortable position for your arms, whether it be wide or hands resting on your body. We'll hold here for about 10 rounds of breath, giving your nervous system enough time to relax, but not too long that we fall asleep. But if you do, that's perfectly okay. If you ever need to take a nap during a yoga practice, your body probably needs it more than anything else. See if you can relax just a little more with each exhale. Slowly begin to lift your knees back together. And we'll move into a fallen bridge. You can keep your knees together, walk your feet out. If this isn't accessible to you, you can bring your knees out, or bring your feet out first, and then let your knees fall in towards each other. Your kneecaps, your knees don't have to touch. You should just feel a rotation in your upper thigh. I suppose helps to release the muscles in your lower back. Continue to breathe here. We'll hold for about 10 rounds of breath. Slowly begin to walk your feet back together and find a few windshield wipers here. And maybe begin to add in some extra movement with your legs, extending one and then the other. And add some movement in with your arms, maybe like some mini snow angels. Definitely don't want to be outside today making snow angels. When you feel evened out, give your knees a hug in towards your chest. You can bring your hands over your knees, or wrap your hands behind your thighs, whatever is most accessible to you. Begin to find a gentle rocking motion from side to side. Maybe find some small circles, massaging your lower back. If you find circles, be sure to reverse them, evening out sides. And come draw your knees back into your chest and begin to rock forward and back. And if it's accessible to you, you can rock your way all the way up into a seated position or press yourself up. When you get there, you find length through your spine. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Your attention has fallen away from your breath. Bring it back, taking a deep inhale in. Exhale, let it go. On an inhale, lift your arms overhead. On an exhale, find an open arm twist, whichever side feels most natural. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist the opposite direction. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. Find your pace here with your breath. You can add in any unique expression with your arms that feels good this morning. Be almost as if you're swimming through the air. Great thing about yoga at home, you can look as ridiculous as you want, and there's no one there to judge you. Not that anyone ever would in the studio. It turns out we usually judge ourselves way more than anyone else ever could. When you feel evened out, lift your arms overhead. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, find a gentle fold forward. Walking your hands out in front of you, let your head and heart hang heavy. Remember, we don't want to force anything. Just let the weight of your body fall towards the earth. You'll hold here for about 10 rounds of breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. See if you can sink just a little deeper into your fold. As you inhale, slowly press up out of your fold. Lift your arms back overhead. And find your open arm twist here. The next time you twist to your left, stay there, continuing to breathe, bringing your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you, and squeeze your shoulder blades together to find length in your spine. We'll hold here for about 5 rounds of breath. And slowly release from your twist and find your way to the opposite side. To hold here, bringing opposite hand to opposite knee, right hand behind your back. Slowly unwind from your twist. Find a few more open arm twists here. Any other movement that feels good. And when you are ready, we'll transition to our hands and knees, coming to a tabletop position. Bring your hands, wrists and elbows under your shoulders. Knees under your hips. Straight, neutral line in your spine. whatever that feels like in your body today. You can gaze down between your hands. We'll find a few breaths here in stillness. I apologize if the microphone's picking up the wind whistling. Sure, you probably have that on your end too. The negative 15-degree wind chill really isn't that bad compared to the negative 30 or 40-degree wind chills we've had the last couple winters, so you gotta love Iowa for that. And on your next inhale, drop your belly, coming into your cow pose. Continue to breathe here. Curl your tailbone towards the sky. Draw your shoulder blades together. You can gaze forward or slightly up. And on your next exhale, round through into your cat pose. Continue to breathe. Press your hands into the mat. Draw your back up towards the ceiling. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. And if you haven't started to naturally already, begin to flow in and out of your cat and cow. Inhaling for your cow. Exhaling for cat. Find your pace here with your breath. Add in any other organic movement here that feels good. You sway from side to side. Gentle circles in your wrists and hips. If you find circles, be sure to reverse them, going the opposite direction. And when you feel evened out, we'll come back to stillness in our tabletop and set up for our extended child's pose. Bring your knees wide, big toes to touch or close together. You can set your hips back to your heels. If this isn't accessible to you, it might be easier to keep your hips up over your knees. Whichever is better in your body. Walk your hands forward. Let your heart and head sink towards the mat with each exhale. And we'll hold here for about 10 rounds of breath. Remember, it's always alright to move in and out of your pose if you need to adjust. The main goal of yoga, at least this practice, is to make yourself as comfortable as possible. Unlike other exercises where we say no pain, no gain. Sometimes you may experience pain in yoga, but it's definitely not something you want to aim for. Slowly press your hands back into the mat and begin to lift up out of your child's pose. Coming back to your hands and knees. You can find some cat and cow movement here. Any other motion that feels good. And slowly come back to stillness when you feel evened out. And we'll lower down onto our bellies. And come into a Sphinx pose. Point your toes long behind you. Bring your elbows under your shoulders. Arms parallel. And find a bend your mid back here. If this is uncomfortable, you have the option to widen your hands out, coming into more of a seal pose. This releases a little tension in your lower back. Or if this is still too much, you can always just come down into your crocodile, crossing your hands in front of you, resting your forehead on your hands. We're all gonna end up here eventually. But if you're still in your Sphinx, press your hands into the mat, drawing them towards you. Not enough to move, but just enough to feel a gripping sensation in your hands and forearms. We'll hold here for about 5 more rounds. Inhale and exhale. And if you're not there already, slowly lower down into your crocodile. You can rest your forehead on your hands, maybe one cheek on the floor or the other. Just let the weight of your body sink into the floor. Relax all your muscles, not gripping anything here. We'll stay here for about another 5 rounds of breath. And slowly draw your awareness to your feet. And begin to lift one heel, and then the other. Just gently kicking the air behind you. Begin to find a little movement with your legs from side to side, noticing how the windshield wipers feel different from this prone position. And slowly extend your feet back long. Even press yourself back up to your hands and knees, coming out of your crocodile. So you get back to your tabletop and find a few rounds of cat-cow here. It can seem repetitive sometimes, but we make a lot of repetitive movement throughout the day that we're not aware of. It's always good to counterbalance that. When you feel evened out, make your way back to a seated position. This time, cross the opposite leg on top. Settle in, find length through your spine. And inhale, lift your arms overhead. Your exhale, find your open arm twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist. Find your pace here. And next time you even out, come back to center. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, find your gentle seated forward fold. You can round through your spine, keep your back flat, whatever is most accessible to you. You might not be able to fold down as far on one side or the other. If that's the case, just focus on finding the same sensations you felt on the opposite side. One side might be more intense than the other. For me, my left thigh is a lot tighter than the right, so it doesn't always feel balanced. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Continue to breathe. And slowly press your hands back into the mat. Press your way up out of your fold. Coming back into your gentle open arm twists. And the next time you twist to your left, bring your right hand to your left knee, left hand behind you, same as before. And hold here for about 5 rounds of breath. Slowly unwind from your twist, coming into the opposite side. We'll hold here about the same amount of time. Slowly unwind from your twist. Take a deep breath in. Let your arms down to your side. And begin to bring your legs long. We'll set up for one last forward fold. You can bend your knees as generously as you need. And inhale, lift your arms overhead. And exhale, fold forward. You can grab a hold of your toes, your ankles, whatever is accessible to you. This isn't like we did back in high school PE where you tried to force yourself as far as you could go. Just want to gently relax here. Slowly begin to lift up out of your fold and gently lower down onto your back. You get there, bring the soles of your feet to the ground, and we'll find a few more rounds of windshield wipers here as we move closer to our final resting pose. Give your knees a hug in towards your chest. You find any movement here that serves you. Then when you're ready, release everything, coming into your Shavasana, bringing your legs long, arms by your side, have palms up to receive, palms down to ground, maybe one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart, and find a soft gaze, and close your eyes. Return your breathing back to normal, and I will be here to guide you out after a few moments of rest. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back into your body, back into the present moment. Notice any sensations in your hands, feet. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. If it serves you, roll out your wrists and ankles. Lift your arms overhead for one last full body stretch. You bring your arms back down. You have nothing else to do for the day or any time after you watch this video. If you watch a recording, I recommend you stay here, resting for as long as you can. Otherwise, begin to press your way back up into a seated position. Bring your hands together at heart center. In yoga, to end class, we say the word namaste, which simply translated means I bow to you. Namaste.